What's going on, guys? Aero here, and guys, it looks like that the leaks and rumors for Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch are just gonna keep coming every single day, as today I've got a bunch of leaks and rumors here about Pokemon Switch that I want to discuss with you guys. And I know how every time I make a video about Pokemon Switch, I always talk about how I think that the game is gonna be coming out next year in 2019, and I always get a bunch of you guys to respond to me saying like, no Aero, it's definitely coming out this year. This video is definitely gonna fall in your favor, as it looks like there's actually a lot of potential for Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch to release this year. Now the first thing that I want to talk to you guys about is actually some tweets made by Pixelpart. Now if you don't know who Pixelpart is definitely the most credible person to go to if you want any inside information about Pokemon Switch. So far, Pixelpart has tweeted a lot of stuff about Pokemon Switch and nothing has been completely debunked. So a lot of stuff Pixelpart says could happen for Pokemon Switch, and Pixelpart has proven that he does have some inside sources, as if you remember last month when we had the Nintendo Direct on March 8th, Pixelpart actually tweeted about that Nintendo Direct 1 week before it was even revealed. It was secretly the first letter of every single tweet, and if you read them out, it read out Thursday Direct, so Pixelpart definitely has some inside sources. So this week, Pixelpart has actually posted a lot of information about Pokemon Switch, and that's what I want to discuss with you guys in this video. So the first thing that Pixelpart posted a few days ago was actually about Pokemon Switch localization. So Pixelpart says here, it's a bit late, but I'm happy to finally confirm that Pokemon Switch was or slash is undergoing localization. The previous job listings I mentioned were almost certainly for it. I can't provide evidence without throwing people under the bus, so you'll just have to trust me on this one. Now what's really interesting here is that Pixelpart is extremely confident in the fact that Pokemon Switch is being localized right now, as I know so many people responded to him saying that, is this actually true, like how confident are you? And Pixelpart is saying that yeah, this is pretty much confirmed at this point, like there's no point in even taking this with a grain of salt, which is really interesting, as I know for him, like he always tweets about stuff when he's pretty much really sure about it. He's not the type of person who just tweets anything that he hears and then says like, oh yeah, I was a bit wrong about that. So it's very interesting how he's saying here that Pokemon Switch is being localized. And I remember I made a video about those job listings that he discussed as well. I made a video about that a few weeks ago where I was talking about the potential of Pokemon Switch being localized. So it looks like that Pokemon Switch could actually be localized, which is really insane. I mean, that could mean that the development process for this game was much ahead than we thought it was, which is really interesting to think about. Now Pixelpart also tweeted about how he said that the code name for Pokemon Switch was also hidden somewhere on his Twitter timeline. So this is also really interesting, as I know how a lot of people were wondering about what the code name for Pokemon Switch could be, as we always have code names for Pokemon projects, and that's interesting to think about how he even has inside information potentially about what the code name for Pokemon Switch could be. And he said that it's not a common word, it's like hidden somewhere in his timeline, so I'm sure that it was like pretty hard for people to figure out, as I know like a lot of times when Pixelpart has some hidden messages inside of his tweets, a lot of people aren't easily able to figure those out. I mean, like last time about the Nintendo Direct, like he had that hidden inside of his tweets, but nobody was able to like look at the first letter of every single one of his tweets and put together the fact that it said Thursday Direct. So I mean, he did talk about how there is some hints in there about what the code name for Pokemon Switch could be, and it looks like he actually was able to find one person who was able to prove that. So according to Pixelpart, the codename for the Pokemon Switch game is actually Project Beluga. So this is actually a really interesting codename, as well, as I know a lot of times Pokemon games usually don't have that interesting of a codename. Like I think Pokemon Sun and Moon were codenamed Pokemon Rainbow. So it's really interesting to think about the fact that Pokemon Switch could be codenamed Project Beluga. So the reason that people were able to figure this out was he talked about how the clue for figuring out what the project codename was actually hidden in one of his tweets. And so this was the tweet right here. He posted an image here of someone looking at like a computer, and I think they were scrolling to scrolling through Twitter or something like that, but they had a lot of these images here and we didn't really know what they meant, but someone managed to put together all the clues that are in the picture. So if you take a look at the picture here, you can actually see that the monitor that the person is using is from a company named Bell, and then there's also a whale here, and there's actually a whale species called the Beluga whale. So that's what the code name actually was, and that's how you were able to figure out what the code name for Pokemon Switch is. And I'm actually really interested to see what the code name or Project Beluga could mean for Pokemon Switch, as I don't think that the codenames really have that much significance to what the game is actually like called and what the game turns out to be like. But yeah, it's just interesting to think about like what Project Beluga could actually mean. Like I don't think with Pokemon Sun and Moon, I don't think like Project Rainbow has any significance with Pokemon Sun and Moon. Maybe it's something that only the developers can understand, but it is interesting to think about what Project Beluga could mean for Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch. So yeah, the information just continues to come from Pixelpart, as just today he tweeted about how there's more information than just the code name that's hidden in all of his tweets, and once the official announcement comes for Pokemon Switch, he's going to reveal all the stuff that he's been hiding in all of his tweets. So it's just really interesting to think about all the potential information that Pixelpart has, and I can't wait to see how credible he is once we get the reveal for Pokemon Switch. Now I do want to talk real fast about something that Pixelpart tweeted about a month ago. So about a month ago, Pixelpart tweeted something about how if Pokemon Switch is not revealed within the next 30 days from him making that tweet, then he's going to draw every single one of his tweets until we get the official Pokemon Switch reveal announcement. So I know every single day since that tweet, he's been tweeting about like what day it is in his countdown, like day 23, day 24, and he's also been practicing some doodles and drawing as well, and he's been tweeting about those drawings as well and saying like how he's getting some practice about these drawings just in case he has to draw if Pokemon Switch isn't revealed by then. So it is interesting to think about that because Pixelpart's countdown is literally about to end within a few days. I think today he was on day 28, so in 2 days from now he's gonna get to day 30 where his countdown is gonna end, and he's gonna have to draw every single one of his tweets until we get the official reveal for Pokemon Switch from the Pokemon Company. And I know how some people are saying that Pixelpart is actually like perfectly timing this, and he actually has inside information about when we're gonna get the direct, but he also did tweet about how he does not have any inside information or any potential news about when we could expect the Pokemon Switch reveal. Unless he does have some information about when we could expect the Pokemon Switch reveal, and he tweeted that just to throw us all off, saying that he doesn't have any inside information, and he planned that countdown perfectly so that it ends right when Pokemon Switch is about to get revealed. If that turns out to be the case, then Pixelpart is definitely the best industry insider that I've ever seen, so who knows what could actually happen once that countdown ends. Now I saved the best thing for last, and the thing that I want to discuss with you guys is the fact that it looks like we actually have official confirmation that the Pokemon Switch game is going to be Generation 8. Now the reason that this is pretty much confirmed is we actually have some information from an official Nintendo magazine that came out in Spain. So if you take a look at this magazine right here, I'll put the picture up on your screen. There's actually a picture right here about what this official Nintendo Switch magazine from Nintendo looks like, and right here you can see that there's one specific page where it talks about Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch. Now before I talk about what this actually says, I just want to point out how I find it really interesting how out of all the places in the world for getting confirmation about Generation 8 for Pokemon, it happens to come to us from Spain. I just find that really interesting because of a certain video that I made a few months ago. Now because of how this magazine is from Spain, obviously the text here is written in Spanish, so I can't really understand exactly what it's trying to say, but I want to give a big shout out to Daniel on Twitter here who actually translated the entire section here about what it's discussing with Pokemon Switch, so thank you so much Daniel for translating. And basically it says here, after a lifetime being associated with handheld consoles, the core series of games from the Pokemon Company will take the leap with its 8th generation. Game Freak and the Pokemon Company are reinventing the saga in order to surprise us with new mechanics either this year or the next. So this is insane because it pretty much just confirmed that the Pokemon game that's going to be coming out on the Nintendo Switch is going to be the 8th generation of Pokemon, which is just insane because we pretty much just have that confirmed to us. I think we can be like 99.9% sure that that's exactly what's going to be happening for Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch. I mean, this is an official Nintendo magazine. I mean, even this event where this person had the magazine, and I want to give a big shout out to Annabella here for providing this magazine image. She was at this event right here where she was handed the magazine, and you can see right here that even at this event, if we take a look at the official website here, even Nintendo was talking about it on their official website, but even on the event's official website, you can see right here that Nintendo is a sponsor. So Nintendo is definitely associated with this event here, and Nintendo was handing out these official magazines, and it says right here in their official magazine that the Pokemon Switch game is going to be the 8th generation. So this is all just some amazing stuff, as I know a lot of people have been discussing about what the Pokemon Switch game could be, as I know some people were saying it could just be Generation 7, it could be like a whole new generation. I know some people were arguing about the fact that it could maybe be like a reboot of the original Pokemon games, maybe it's going to be like a Pokemon Red and Blue remake on the Nintendo Switch in HD. So it looks like here that we pretty much just got the confirmation that yes, Pokemon Switch is going to be a brand new generation, it's going to be the 8th generation of Pokemon, and I'm very excited for that. I think with the 8th generation, there's so much potential that they could do. I can't wait to see what kind of region they create, what kind of new Pokemon we're going to be getting, what the starter Pokemon look like, what the new mechanics going to be, the new attacks, the new abilities. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I think this is definitely the time to get excited. Who knows if Pokemon Switch is still going to be coming out this year or not, because in the magazine it still does mention that Pokemon Switch could be coming out either this year or the next year, but I think because of how they're already talking about how it's going to be coming out most likely this year, because of how it said in the magazine itself that it's going to be coming out either this year, and how Nintendo was handing this out during their event, it looks like that Pokemon Switch might actually have a good shot at coming out this year. So who knows what's going to happen. I think if Pokemon Switch is going to be revealed soon, we're definitely going to see the reveal in the coming days. Hopefully we get a Pokemon Direct announced real soon, but either way, I'm just really excited about all this potential information. And so there you go, guys. That's all the information that we have here about Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch. A lot of tweets here from credible source Pixelpart, as well as the confirmation that Pokemon Switch is most likely going to be the 8th generation of Pokemon. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to click that like button, and also comment down below and let me know how you feel about all this. How do you feel about Pokemon Switch releasing this year? How do you feel about all the stuff that Pixelpart has been tweeting, and the possibility of Pokemon Switch being the 8th generation of Pokemon? Definitely be sure to comment all of your thoughts down below. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Pokemon content in the future, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad, and go follow me on Twitter at @Aero. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.